I wonder why you're leaving our country when you had a good job at School 237 in Irabo. Well, said Lydia, every day, summer and winter, I looked out at the schoolyard and the high fence and the apartment block beyond, and I began to imagine I would die seeing these things, and I didn't want this. I expect you understand what I mean. Lev took off his leather cap and ran his fingers through his thick grey hair. He said, Yes, I understand. Then there was a silence while Lydia ate her hard-boiled egg. When she'd finished the egg, Lev said, My English isn't too bad. I took some classes in Bahrain, but my teacher told me my pronunciation wasn't very good. May I say some words, and you can tell me if I'm pronouncing them correctly? Yes, of course, said Lydia. Lev said, Lovely. Sorry. I am legal. How much, please? Thank you. May you help me? May I help you? Corrected Lydia. May I help you? Repeated Lev. Lev told Lydia that he came from Aurora, had worked in the Bahrain sawmill until it closed 2 years ago, and since then he'd found no work at all, and his family, his mother, his 5-year-old daughter, and he had lived off the money his mother made selling jewellery manufactured from tin. Oh, said Lydia, I think that's very resourceful to make jewellery from tin. Sure, said Lev, but it isn't enough. Tucked into his boot was a small flask of vodka. He extracted the flask and took a long swig. Lydia kept eating her rye bread. Why did the sawmill at Bahrain close? Asked Lydia. They ran out of trees, said Lev. Very bad, said Lydia. What other work can you do? Lev drank again. Someone had told him that in England vodka was too expensive to drink. Immigrants made their own alcohol from potatoes and tap water, and when Lev thought about these industrious immigrants, he imagined them sitting by a coal fire in a tall house, talking and laughing, with rain falling outside the window and red buses going past and a television flickering in a corner of the room. He sighed and said, I will do any work at all. My daughter Maya needs clothes, shoes, books, toys, everything. England is my hope. Towards 10 o'clock, red blankets were given out to the coach passengers. Lydia covered her body with the blanket and switched on a fierce little light above her under the baggage rack and began reading a faded old paperback printed in English. Lev's longing for a cigarette had grown steadily since he'd drunk the vodka, and now it was acute. He envied Lydia, immersed in her English book. Lev knew he had to distract himself with something. In desperation, he took from his wallet a brand-new British £20 note and reached up and switched on his own little reading light and began to examine the note. On one side, the frumpy queen with her diadem, her face grey on a purple ground, and on the other, a man with a dark, drooping moustache and an angel blowing a trumpet above him, and all the angel's radiance falling on him in vertical lines. The British venerate their history, Lev had been told in his English class, chiefly because they have never been subjected to occupation. Only intermittently do they see that some of their past deeds were not good. The indicated lifespan of the man on the note was 1857 to 1934. He looked like a banker, but what had he done to be on a £20 note in the 21st century? Lev stared at his determined jaw, squinted at his name written out in a scrawl beneath the wing collar, but couldn't read it. Right to the end of his days, the angel's radiance had probably shone on this man's brow, because it was known across the world the English were lucky. Well, thought Lev, I'm going to their country now, and I'm going to make them share it with me, their infernal luck. I've left Aurora, and that leaving of my home was hard and bitter, but my time is coming.